Let's see what we can do today in bed. We're laying down, and first let's put the hands on the belly, very gentle, and expand the breath into the belly as if it was a big ball that expands not just forward but also downwards and backwards and sideways. Not forceful, but in all directions. And feel what is expanding. Do you feel muscles? Do you feel bones moving? And the next time we're going to inhale, we're going to flex the feet. We're going to bring the toes up towards the center of the body. So inhale. And exhale and let it go. And inhale, draw the toes towards you. And exhale, let it go. And notice if there is shifting of weight along the sacrum, in the center bone, in the triangle bone in the center, going from the bottom, from the tail, up towards the end of that bone and the beginning of the lumbar. Next time, relax the feet completely and allow them to drop out and down. And now we're going to draw it with them pointing down. You're still expanding the belly comfortably and relax, let it go. Inhale, draw the toes up. Can you feel other muscles working, tightening? Are you clenching your butt muscles? Maybe not. What's necessary, what's not? Try it with clenching the butt, try it without. Now we're going to draw the toes away from us as we inhale. So right now I'm doing it with my feet kind of turned out and completely relaxed. And the shifting of the weight now is down towards the tailbone. Now we're going to turn the legs more parallel to one another and inhale, toes away. And if something creates pain or is not comfortable, then just do very little or just do it in your mind's eye. And now we're going to create circles. Small circles or big circles with the 10 toes leading the way. Allow the knees to soften. Notice that maybe one knee tends to bend or move in a slightly different way than the other one. Is the circle equal between the two left feet, or is it slightly different? Is one foot moving smoothly and lightly and the other one is working and laboring? Gather information with curiosity. How much of your body is responding to the turn? Is it going all the way up the spine into your neck and head, and your nose is moving a little bit up and down? Let's change the direction of the circle. Are you able to keep on breathing without interruption through the whole parts of the circle? Do you have any part of the circle that's kind of a little bit more jumpy? Not as smooth? And relax. And again, expand the breath into your belly, but also down and to the side and into the back, and then let it go. And bring your feet parallel to one another, and we're gonna extend one foot while we flex the other foot. So now we're working with the body in two halves, and if you put your fingers on the ilium, on the bone in front of the hip, you will be able to sense that those bones are moving up and down when we allow the feet to give the direction. And just exercising the feet actually moves the whole body. Are you exhaling when you point the foot, or are you inhaling when you point the foot? Try both and see which one works better for you. And relax. Imagine that somebody puts a string to your knee as if you were a marionette and pulls the string, and it drags the foot on the floor all the way up until there's a good place for it to turn up towards the ceiling and for the leg to stand up. So now we have a bent leg that's kind of having good support with the knee facing up towards the ceiling. And we're going to start pushing with the foot into the floor or into the bed, creating a rotation, lifting the hip of the leg that's bent. The foot is supporting and pushing towards the floor, And you're going to turn to the side just as far as it feels comfortable with no pain. So it can be as tiny as just pressing the foot and doing the initiation, or it can be bigger if it feels good. And if you do go further, notice what your head is doing. Is your head going backwards to counter the rotation of the spine? Or do you take your head with you? And again, try both. Even if the movement is tiny, try to turn the head away and try to turn the head with. And just find the power in pushing the foot in. That power is the thing that's lifting the hip and starting the rotation. If the movement grows to become larger movement, then the movement goes from the foot to lifting the hip and it meets the opposite shoulder. And now there is weight also on my right scapula. So now what's holding me is my shoulder and my foot, and I can actually lift my body up. But that's not what we're doing, I'm just kind of the explanation. And stay in the center and take a breath. Allow the knee to drop and the leg to lengthen. Expand the breath into the belly, into the hip, into the side, down to all the organs, and let it go. And when you're ready, attach an imaginary string to the knee and let someone else passively drag the string so the leg is being dragged on the floor until you turn the leg in the hip socket. The foot finds its place on the ground and you start pressing into the ground and you feel how that shifts the weight and allows the right hip now to start coming up. And it may be that you just want to feel that power of the foot to lift the hip and maybe relax the organs on that side. And you may want to stay there and adjust what we're doing to your own needs, to your own sensation. And if you do it either big or small, also start exploring the rotation of the head in the opposite direction of the movement. And is the head and the hip moving in the same amount and the same rate? How can we bring the whole body to work as a unit that correspond to one another, assist to one another, support one another? If I take my head with the movement, I can do it, but I don't feel the support and the integrity as if when I take my head in the opposite direction. Try to change maybe the placement of the foot and see if that will give you more support or less support. What is the role of the eyes? I'm going to take my head now with the direction of the movement, which is my least favorite to do between the two, but to contra it, I will take my eyes up to the ceiling. And that brings me back to that integrity. So now I'm going to try taking my head in the opposite direction, but instead of the eyes going with the head, I'm going to again take my eyes up to the ceiling. And that made me a little bit nauseous. So I'm going to try it again. And I'm not going to take my eyes so strongly to the ceiling. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to just give it a suggestion. And come back down. Breathe. Let the knee drop and let the leg drop. Bring your arms down inside your body and start lengthening one arm and then lengthen the other arm. And again, if it creates pains around the ribs, then don't do or do less. Lengthen. Inhale. Exhale and return. Other side. Lengthen. Inhale, exhale, and return. Lengthen, inhale, exhale, and return. Lengthen, inhale, exhale, and return. Stay in the center, and now inhale into the belly, but also lift so you breathe into the chest. And feel how your shoulder blades are anchoring into the floor. Exhale with an S. Again, inhale through the belly. And lift it, lift it, lift it, lift it. Direct the breath all the way up to the chest and shoulders, and anchor the shoulders into the floor, and then let it go. And again, inhale into the belly and travel up, 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 up to the shoulders and let it go. And one more time, inhale to the belly. Travel up to the chest, push the shoulders down Feel how your elbows are also supporting you and let it go. With the arms to the side like this, inhale and rotate the elbows out. And let it go, rotate them back in. Inhale, rotate the elbows out. Exhale, relaxing the ribs. So the breath is now going sideways. Inhale, rotate the elbows out. Exhale, relax the elbows. Inhale, rotate the elbows out. Exhale, relax the elbows. Bring your hand up to the thigh, through the hip, crossing over. When you get somewhere around the chest, allow the elbow to passively relax, turn up towards the ceiling, bringing the whole arm up over the face, stroking your face with the heaviness of the arm, and let it fall to the side and bring it down. Other arm, slowly and passively, again like the string in the marionette, somebody is pulling and it has its own heaviness and it being dragged on the skin, on the clothing. When is the elbow turning upside down? Oh, yeah, from down to up, dragging through the face. Feel the sensation of skin to skin. Let it go. And the other hand, again, a marionette, a string attached to the wrist, and somebody's pulling it. Try to not use muscle, only bones, and somebody else is dragging you. Arm up and over, up and over. Other arm, and you can do it as long as you want to. It feels really good. We're going to do it here just twice to each side, but once you feel like you have had enough of it, then you actually try to introduce a little bit of muscles. And we're going to do it with both arms at the same time. You're dragging. You're allowing it to fall over your face. And you're bringing it down. And the next time we're going to use just tiny little bit more muscle. So you're still dragging, but you're barely touching. Barely, barely, barely touching. Kind of sliding through like a memory of drag. And the next time we're going to be maybe a quarter of an inch above the body, but with the same, like an angel is coming and flying over you. And the next time we're going to be a full inch above the body with the same relaxation. And to conclude this session, we're going to start moving the toes up and down. Very, very gently, just very, very gently the toes. It's not a full flexion and extension and flexion, just I'm trying to create a vibration that will take me all the way to my head, through my spine. And with it, I'm going to say, which affects the vagus nerves. Inhale. Inhale into your belly, into your hip. Exhale. Thanks for joining me. Good morning.